Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Erica and I am stoked to jump in today's crafting tutorial because I finally get to show you guys my completed Car Freshie Starter Kits. So I thought I would go ahead and do an updated Car Freshie tutorial for you guys using everything that comes in my Car Freshie Starter Kit, and that way I can link this video for anyone that buys one of these Car Freshie Starter Kits so that they can follow along with the tutorial while they are making their own Car Freshies. So like I said, I cannot wait to jump into today's crafting tutorial, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay guys, so first we're gonna go ahead and open our Car Freshie Starter Kits, and I just want to quickly go into depth and show you guys everything that actually comes in the kit before we start making our Car Freshies. Okay, so we're just gonna start by opening the box and checking out what's in it. So like I said, I'm going to add this tutorial to my Car Freshie playlist so that anyone that opens the box, if they don't want to follow the step-by-step printed instructions that I include in my kit, then they can follow along with this tutorial. And this QR code actually links to my entire Car Freshie playlist so that anyone that's interested in any Car Freshie related content, then they can check that out there. But in the kit, like I said, it's going to include some step-by-step instructions, a mason jar that you get to put your beads and mica pigment powder and your fragrance oil into so that you can cure your aroma beads. And obviously a Car Freshie starter kit wouldn't be complete without some aroma beads. So I've included 8 ounces of premium aroma beads. And in the actual kit comes a 2-ounce bottle of fragrance oil where you get 4 different options to choose from between 4 of my most popular scents: Love Spell, Black Ice, Pink Sugar, and Baja Cactus Blossom. And then the kit also includes 2 different cookie cutters, which you get to choose from 3 different sets, which are a mason jar and a cactus, or you can choose a cow and a cowboy boot, or you can choose a flower and a butterfly. I'm also going to include a random color of mica pigment powder so that you can pigment your Car Freshies, along with 2 elastic strings to hang your Car Freshies with, 2 roofing nails to put the holes into your Car Freshies, along with 2 packages that you can store your Car Freshies in just in case you're not going to use it right away, or maybe you are giving it away as a gift, or maybe you're going to try to sell these. So I wanted to include some packaging in there for your Car Freshies. So that's everything that comes in the kit. So the only thing that it doesn't include that you will need to make Car Freshies is a non-stick baking sheet and a pair of scissors. All right, y'all, now that I've showed you everything that comes in the Car Freshie kit, now we can go ahead and make these Car Freshies with all of our supplies. Now, just in case you are brand new to making Car Freshies and you've never made them before, or maybe you've just recently started making them so you don't know a ton about them yet, the first thing that I want to mention is you actually need to scent your aroma beads ahead of time. So I already have some that are scented and ready to go for this video, but I am going to go ahead and show you guys how to scent and color your beads and cure your beads in the mason jar. So I just wanted to mention that because they do have to cure for several days before you are actually ready to bake the beads. So you will need to prep ahead of time. So like I said, you are getting 8 ounces of premium aroma beads, and I did do mine by volume while some others do theirs by weight. I just chose to do mine by volume because I wanted you guys to be able to make Car Freshies the exact same way that I make Car Freshies for my small business. So I've always done volume, and I've said this in almost all of my Car Freshie tutorials because I've actually done both and compared the difference. And although you are technically getting less beads with the volume method versus the weight method, you're using the same amount of fragrance oil either way. So with the volume method, because it is technically less beads, your Freshie is going to be more fragrant, stronger, and will last longer than with the weight method. So I just wanted to share and clarify that just in case there are any questions, because it does say sold by volume on here. And like I said, I've always done my Car Freshies like that because I just think they're stronger and they last longer, and that's just how I prefer to make my Car Freshies. But you could certainly weigh out your beads if you wanted to. So with that being said, you will pour your entire bag of aroma beads into your empty mason jar. Okay, so here is your 8 ounces of Aroma beads. So then you're gonna take your mica pigment powder, which again, it's going to be a random color. And the beauty of my Car Freshie Starter Kits is everything is already pre-measured, from the Aroma beads to the fragrance oil to the mica pigment powders. So you're just going to dump the mica pigment powder into the jar, and then we're gonna dump the fragrance oil in. And again, you're going to dump the entire bottle into your mason jar. Okay, and then you are ready to put the lid on your mason jar, and you're gonna shake it really well until everything is combined. Okay, so there is our mason jar filled with our Aroma beads, and as you can see, they are pigmented now and they are super oily because of all that fragrance oil. So I also want to mention, in case you are a beginner Car Freshie maker, these can take anywhere from a few days to cure all the way until like 2 weeks. It really just depends on your climate and area. So because it is summertime, I live in Tennessee. Whenever I do a mason jar full of Aroma beads and fragrance oil and mica pigment powder and I need to cure my beads, I just set it in my windowsill and I will just leave it there. And my jar that I prepped ahead of time cured within 3 days. But while it is setting, at least once a day or every time you walk by it, I would just pick it up, give it a little shake, because all of the fragrance oil and the mica pigment powder will settle in the bottom of your jars. So now we are ready to actually pour our beads into our cookie cutters so that we can bake our Freshies. All right guys, now obviously I'm not going to use the cookie cutters that come with these kits because I don't want someone to get some used cookie cutters. So I'm going to use my mason jar and cactus. I just wanted to show you guys the difference. My personal cactus cookie cutter is a little bit thinner. It's not as big as the cactus cookie cutter that comes in my Car Freshie starter kit. And the mason jars are pretty much the same. This one is my personal mason jar, and this one is the one that comes with my Car Freshie starter kits. And as you can see, the lid is just slightly different. So another pro tip that I recommend, you obviously don't have to, I just recommend doing it because it will make your life a little bit easier later. You'll notice that on the inside of my cookie cutters, I have sprayed a little bit of nonstick cooking spray, just a tiny bit, and this will just help pop out your Freshies later once we bake them. So I just wanted to mention that little tip because I've just learned that with years of experience. So now you're gonna take your roofing nail and you're just gonna put it with the flat side of the nail facing down on the pan and the pointy side facing up. And you're gonna place it inside the cookie cutter wherever you want the hole to be. And that's where you're going to put the elastic string later to hang your Freshie. Okay, so now you are just going to pour in your Aroma beads into your cookie cutter. And then I just tried to kind of flatten it out and make it even and level as much as I can. And I also do like to fill mine up all the way because they do shrink down a tiny bit once they're baked. And as you can see, we still have some beads in our mason jar even after pouring these Freshies. So you should still have enough to make a third bonus Freshie. So now that our oven is preheated to 300 degrees and we have poured our Aroma beads into our cookie cutters, we are now ready to bake our Car Freshies. So I typically bake mine from 10 to 12 minutes. So I just like to set a timer at 10 minutes and then I will just periodically check it every minute after that until they are done. Which, don't worry, I will also show you guys how I tell if mine are done. All right guys, so I just pulled my Freshies out of the oven. So they did bake for about 11 minutes. So the way I tell if mine are done is I just do a finger test and I just poke the middle of it very carefully. And if any beads come up with your finger, like they stick to your finger and they kind of pull up with your finger when you're touching it, they're not ready, put them back in the oven and just check them every minute periodically. Now I can obviously tell by looking at these that these are done, but you can do that little finger trick if you are unsure. So now I'm just going to let my Car Freshies completely cool down before we are ready to demold them. All right guys, so now that our Freshies are completely cool to the touch, now we can pop them out of our cookie cutters. And because we sprayed them with the nonstick cooking spray, they should just slide out super easily. And then what I like to do from here is just kind of push on the nail in different directions to just loosen it. And then I just press down on it and pull, and it slides right out. Here is where you will need a pair of scissors, but this part is optional. You don't have to do this. I just personally like the way the Freshie looks, but I like to trim down all these jaggedy edges on the side here. And again, that's just my personal preference. I just think it looks more finished, and it just looks a little bit nicer when it's all trimmed down. Okay, so as you can see, all of those edges are trimmed down and it's nice and flat now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to our other Car Freshie over here. Okay, so now we are ready to tie on our elastic string onto our Freshies. So you could just thread this through like you would imagine and just tie it together. But what I like to do, just to make it a little more secure, is I like to put my two ends together like so. And then I just pinch it between two fingers, loop it around, and then I will pull the two ends through the loop there like so, and I try to push that knot down towards the ends of the string like so, and then I just pull tight on both ends, and then I just like to trim those frayed ends there just to make it look a little bit nicer again. And then you should be able to push your elastic through that hole that we made in our Freshie with those roofing nails. Now, I will say sometimes it is kind of tricky to push the cord through, and it just takes a second of kind of like finagling with it. And other times I think because these beads kind of melt down and condense down as they cool, I feel like sometimes it is almost impossible to get that cord through, and I will actually use like a piece of like fishing line, or I've used wire before, or any type of string, and I will just use that to kind of help thread this cord through. So actually, let me just quickly show you guys that little trick, because that has helped me out a lot. So here is a piece of fishing string. You guys can probably barely see that, but I'm just going to take the fishing string and put it through my loop here. And then I'm going to put both ends of the fishing string together like so, and just pinch them together. And then I'm going to thread my fishing string through that Freshie hole. And then if you just pull on that fishing string, your elastic will just come through super easily. And then you just pull away at the fishing string. So that's gone now. And now we have our nice little loop here. But like I said, sometimes I don't have to do that and it'll just thread through super easily. But every once in a while I'll have to do that. But then I just thread the rest of that string through that loop there and kind of center it up at the top, and then I just pull, and then we have a nice loop to hang it over our rear view mirror. The Car Freshie will just hang there and make your car smell super amazing. Okay, so we're just gonna do the same thing for our mason jar. I won't do the hack on this one, I'll just put it through. All right, and there we go. So now from here you can be done, and you can package up your Car Freshies if you want to leave them as is, or if you have things to decorate your Car Freshies, now is the time to do that. So I'm not going to decorate my cactus. I'm just going to leave it as is because I think it's cute. It doesn't really need a decoration, but I do want to add just a little touch on this mason jar Freshie. So I just have some like twine string right here. And I'm actually just going to put it on the top, what looks like the lid of this mason jar Freshie. And I'm just going to tie it around here. All right, so there you have it. That's the only decoration I'm gonna add to this. So just a cute little touch, makes it just even more adorable. All right, so from here you are ready to hang it from your car's rear view mirror, or if you're not ready to use it right away, or maybe you're giving it away as a gift, or you're going to be selling them, then you would just put it in this package and seal it up until you're ready to use it. All right, guys, so that is it. That is how you make Car Freshies with a Creatively Erica Car Freshie Starter Kit. So as I said, if you are interested in one of my Car Freshie Starter Kits, then be sure to check out my new website at creativelyerica.com, but I'll also link it down below in the video description for you guys so that you can just click on it if you'd prefer to do that. But like I said, if you are interested in buying one of my Car Freshie Starter Kits, then be sure to check out my new website tomorrow, Friday, June 24th. And I just want to add that quantities are super limited because this is my first launch of this product. So if you are interested in getting one, then I would be sure to jump on that. That way, number one, you can pick out the cookie cutter set that you would like and the fragrance oil that you want, because there are limited quantities of everything. And number two, there is just a limited amount of sets in general. So you want to be sure to order that if you are thinking about it before they sell out. So again, I am just so stoked to be selling these Car Freshie Starter Kits finally, and I can't wait for you guys to see the new website. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, please let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. If you can't wait to order one of these kits, then let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this video and you're not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other crafty content. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.